Today we have finding the sum, difference, or product of polynomials. I don't even know if I spelled that correctly, but that doesn't matter. We're gonna do math, not English. So we have number 1, 10x minus 3 minus 5x minus 6. So how do we tackle this problem? Let's write down what we are given. So 10x minus 3. All right, so this is a negative sign, and what this is telling us is basically multiply this by everything in here. So negative times 5x is going to be negative 5x. Negative 5x. And negative, well, this is actually like an imaginary negative. Well, not an imaginary, but a negative 1, except we don't have the 1 there. It's just a negative. Just pretend it's a negative 1, okay? So negative times negative 6, we know that negative times a negative is going to give us a positive, so plus 6. So now we have 10x minus 3 minus 5x plus 6. And now we can combine like terms. So we have a positive 6 here, and we have a negative 3 here. And basically negative 3 and positive 6, we got it's basically just 6 minus 3, which is going to give us positive 3. So positive 3, right? And now we have a negative 5x here, right? And the 10x. So since there's more positives, we subtract the negative 5x from the 10x. And what is that going to give us? Positive 5x. Positive 5x. So our answer here is going to be 5x plus 3. That is how we do number 1. Let's move on to number 2. We have parentheses negative 2x squared minus 2x plus 1, close parentheses, plus parentheses 4x squared plus 5x minus 2, close parentheses. Yep, that's a plus, by the way. So how do we do this? Again, let's list this polynomial that we have here. Each term, negative 2x squared minus 2x plus 1, right? And now, since this is a positive, we know that a positive this times this is going to still give us 4x squared. Positive 1 times 5x is still going to give us 5x. Positive times a negative is going to give us a negative regardless. So positive 1 times negative 2 is basically still negative 2. So we can write that down on the bottom of this polynomial. 4x squared plus 5x minus 2. And now we can combine like terms just how we did here. So we have a positive 1 and a negative 2. You combine those together, we're going to have a negative 1. Negative 1. Negative 1. Oops. A negative 1. Negative 2x and 5x, positive 5x, combine those together, you're going to have positive 3x. Positive 3x. You have a negative 2x squared and the positive 4x squared. Combine those together, you're going to have a positive 2x squared. So your answer should be 2x squared plus 3x minus 1. So 2x squared plus 3x minus 1. Check your work. Seems good. box your answer. That's your answer. That's how you do number 2. Let us move on. Let us move on to number 3. Parentheses 2x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x, close parentheses, minus, again with that minus sign, that -1, parentheses x squared plus 5x plus 1. Let us write this in the same format as we did with this one, because it just makes it easier. We have 2x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x, and let us just add a 0 here just to make things easier to align. And now we have a negative. Again, we're going to use a distributive property to multiply this negative to all of these terms in here. The distributive property. That is going to give us negative x squared. We're going to put that here in line with the x squared. With the 4. Why isn't it focusing? Hold on. With the 4x squared, to make it easy on us, negative times positive 5x is going to give us a negative 5x, right? A negative 5x, and then a negative times positive 1 is going to give us a negative 1. Check your work, make sure everything is good, and now we can combine like terms. So a 0 and a negative 1, it's a no-brainer here. It's going to give us a negative 1, non-negotiable. We have a negative 3x and a negative 5x. That is going to give us, you guessed it, a negative 8x. Because we're combining them, all right? We're combining like terms. 4x squared and a negative x squared, you know, it's going to give us a 3x squared, right? And then we just bring down the 2x cubed. Yeah, it's gonna be positive, by the way. The 2x cubed. So now we have 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 8x minus 1. Right? So your answer is going to be 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 8x minus 1, right? 2x cubed, checking my work, plus 3x squared minus 8x minus 1. Yep, everything seems good. Box the answer. Just like that. Now let's move on to number 4. We have 2 times x plus 3 minus 3 times x minus 7. Same thing, distributive property. We multiply each term by the number 2, the distributive property. So that's going to give us 2x plus 6. Right? 2x plus 6. Again with the negative 3 times x, negative 3x. And negative 3 times negative 7, we know negative times a negative is a positive, so that is going to be positive 21. Like that. Cool. And now we combine like terms. We have a positive 21 here. We have a positive 6 here. Combine them together, what do you get? You get a positive 27. Positive 27. You have a negative 3x here. You have a positive 2x here. Combine them together, you get a what? Negative x. Right, negative x plus 27. That is going to be your answer, so you box it. And yeah, that's it for number 4. Let's move on to the last one, number 5. Now we have 2 times 3 minus 2h plus h squared. That's a squared, by the way. I know it doesn't look like one, but that's a squared. Times h minus 7 minus h to the 5th power minus 2. Alright, so again, we're going to have to do the distributive property on each term. So you get the idea, the distributive property, right? Yeah, I'm not going to draw the rest. You get the idea. All right, so 2 times 3, that is going to be 6 minus 4h. 6 minus 4h plus 8h3 to the third power minus 7h squared. 7h squared, right? And then again, the negative h to the 5th plus 2, right? So let's take a quick moment to check the work we did here, making sure everything, hold on, let it focus, making sure everything is aligned just as it should be. And everything looks good so far, so now we can go ahead and combine the like terms. We have a positive 2 over here, right? And then we have a positive 6 over here. Combine them together, what do you get? We get a positive 8, right? And now let's see if we can combine more like terms. H to the cube, h squared, negative h to the 5th. Doesn't look like we can. So we basically just rearrange these from the highest power to the lowest power because we can't really combine anything here. Because an h does not combine with an h to the third power. This is not multiplication, so this is combining like terms, so we can't really combine them. So let's just go ahead and list them as descending power. We have negative 4h, right? We have a negative 4h here. What else do we have? We have a negative 7h squared. That's the next highest power, negative 7h squared, right? We got that. What else we have? We have a positive h3. Positive h3. And last, we have a negative h to the 5th, right? Negative h to the 5th. Negative h to the 5th. So we have a negative h to the 5th plus h cubed minus 7h squared minus 4h plus 8. That is about as much as what we can do with this problem. So this is going to be our answer for number 5. Just like that. In case you can't read it, it's just negative h 5th plus h to cubed minus 7h squared minus 4h plus 8. So that is basically how you do basically this arithmetic with the polynomials, and that's it. That's how you do it. It's quite easy. Yep, that's it.